What's the best function of a beer glass? Smoothie. The breakfast of champions. So good. 7, 8 bananas, quarter cup of sugar, cup of frozen berries, 300 milliliters of water. So good. So tasty. No need for animal products, man. There's no need for animal products. You can have all the nutrition and more from plant foods. You can feel so much better. I ran into somebody at the grocery store yesterday. I was representing with the vegan shirt, and he said, "Oh, so you're vegan?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "For how long?" I said, "Almost 4 years." And he says, he's like, "Yeah, I've been doing it for a year and a half." So we got to talking. I said, "Well, why'd you start?" He said, "Health reasons." I said, "Okay." I said, what made you keep going? He said, "Well, really the ethics, because I started to look more into like how factory farms are raise animals and enslave animals and how animals are treated." And he said he couldn't support that anymore. So what I'm saying is the community is expanding. The community is expanding at such an awesome rate that it's freaking cool. But the important thing is to know the importance of carbs and to know that sugar is not the enemy, to know that carbs are not the enemy. You're not going to get fat off carbs, but to know that the fat you eat is the fat you wear. So if you want to get fat, eat more fat in your diet. If you want to blow up, eat more fat and protein in your diet. If you want to be really lean, if you want to be really have the sustained energy, caffeine free all day long, carbs for the win. So it's a well-known fact that after 7 years or so, the body completely replaces all of its cells. Your skin cells, your nose cells, your eye cells, your heart cells, your brain cells, everything. Every cell dies and is replaced by a new cell. Some actually happen within days. Tongue cells in particular. Days, weeks, months. All new cells. So how does the body create cells? How does the body create cells? You are what you eat. So every time you eat something, know that this is contributing to your body. And you might say, yeah, it's common sense. Well, is it common sense? Because most people say, yeah, I'll just eat whatever because, it's not really going to affect me. Yeah, it's going to affect you. It affects you in the most intimate way possible. It becomes you. So if you're eating death, if you're eating McDeath, once a week, a month, a couple times a year, if you're eating meat once a week, a couple times a week, if you're eating animal products, dead, decaying flesh, or cow tit juice in the form of cheese or milk or butter or whatever, or chicken periods, the menstruation of a chicken, if you're eating that, that's going to affect your cells. So my advice is to say that you're worth it. Make the commitment to have a better life, to live the dream you've always wanted, to be the person you've always wanted. And that starts with what you eat. So you do become what you eat. It's a simple fact. So Simply Vegan, simple fact. So some people say, what do you eat for the holidays? How do you go to a family and, make your own stuff. Bring your own stuff. Bring enough so people can be like, hey, let me try that. Bring enough to share. Spread the vegan message. Do your thing. So I'll show you what I'm making. So you can cook, you can saute, you can caramelize your onions just like with oil without the fat. Do it with water. Do it with a little bit of vegetable stock. Vegan vegetable stock. Easy. Cut it in half so you can make it low sodium. But it sautés beautifully. Tastes great. Your friends will love it. So let's continue. So here it is. You just added some black beans. The cool thing about this is that you can just pile on the rice, have like a huge plate full of rice, and just add this as a condiment. Just use it as a condiment. Don't use this as a staple. Use the rice, potatoes, whatever. Corn, millet. use that as a staple. And just use this as a condiment. Something everyone can enjoy. And here's what you're looking at. Tomatoes, onions, a little bit of garlic, ginger, butter, black beans, pepper. If this doesn't convert, I don't know what will. This message has been brought to you by Brazilian black beans. Those. Prevent reverse heart disease with a plant-based diet. Thank you, Mr. Dr. Esselstein. If you haven't tried this juice, you don't know what you're missing. Probably one of the best juices I've ever had. $6 a bottle, totally worth it. Oh man, super sugary, super sweet, turns your hair yellow, banana, pineapple hair. So like I said today, head into the families today. You can go to a family event. You can go to places. You can go and eat out. You can do these things with family, friends, whatever. You can do it on a vegan lifestyle. You can do it eating as much as you possibly can, as much as you want. Eating high carb, low fat vegan foods. So the dish I showed you, the rice and beans, be delicious for everybody. Just use the rice and beans as a sort of condiment on top of the rice. Done. So we'll see in a bit. Let's see how it goes. Let's see what the kind of comments I get. Because every time I go to my family's place, I get the comment, oh, you're eating too much. Oh, you're doing this. You're doing that every single time. Even though I'm getting slimmer and slimmer. So, let's see what happens. Food on the go, dried bananas. Feels like paper. It's good though. Delicious.
Mine is, but okay, whatever you think.
But I gotta pee really right quick.
It's like just, okay, great, thank you, just give me the damn videos.
To blend in at a party, just add water and your favorite choice of citrus. And then it looks like the same thing. Good?
Put that butter on the butter plate.
Hey Chris, you want to give me a little bit of whatever?
Thank you.
Can I have the vegetable?
Did anybody get the, I did a sauce
Eat the cauliflower.
on Mondays now. Monday, Thursday, and Good Friday.
Monday, Thursday.
I look good in oak.
Oh, no,
Oh.
not
Yeah, go like this.
Oh.
Go like
No, I mean, I'm not cheating.
You
You recognize me?
Fine,
Mahogany,
bro.
solid mahogany.
Solid press board.
Okay, till my God.
paper.
Yeah,
Next is cool.
Walter, is there a little wine down there for us? Or Jason drink it all?
Jason finished
Jason
it.
drink it all?
So the after dinner meal, you can eat as much as you want. On a high carb, low fat vegan diet, low protein diet, you can eat as much as you want and feel like you can run a marathon right after you eat. You saw how much I ate, but I feel so light. It's incredible. Unlike my standard American meat eating days, even vegetarian days when I was eating a high fat diet, I'd feel lethargic after a meal. But now, I have all the energy I want. It's flippin' sweet. So,
Are you recording me?
Hey, Jenna, what's the other?
So here it is. We made it through family time unscathed. Totally easy to get the carbs in, even if you're with family who don't support you. Super, super easy. Let's check it out. So we got breakfast here. Interesting. We'll talk about this later. Pineapple juice, sort of a lunch. Dried bananas, sort of a lunch. Mix, small lunch. And then we had around 6 cups cooked rice. I think it was maybe it was like 6 to 8. Whatever, put on the low side. And then that dish that you saw, the Esselstein dish, coming around 4,000 calories for the day. 64 grams of protein without eating any protein-rich foods, quote-unquote. So, oh man, under 13 grams of fat. Legit. So these numbers are sexy. Super sexy. Sexy numbers. All the vitamins you can care for. All the minerals you can care for. Fat, keeping it low. Lean, bean, vegan machine. But where do you get your protein on a vegan diet? You know, I hear, you need to eat fish and you need to eat meat for all of your essential amino acids. Is that true? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Even with the Mickey Mouse finger. If you know what I'm saying. So, again, you look at the last 2 weeks over here. You can see my calorie intake never goes below 3,000. It's generally around the 4,000 mark. Sometimes I get a little crazy. Generally around 4,000. So that's what I'm saying. Let's check it out. So it's that time of year again. The late night comment session. Ooh. So let's check it out. What can I do for my teeth so they remain intact? What the hell that means? Maybe you have some suggestions. Thanks for all the videos. Greetings from Germany. Hello. My ancestors are from Germany. Some of them. Whatever. I don't know what you mean by intact. I don't really know what you're asking. I'd say, well, first of all, the whole sugar rots your teeth thing is completely false. Because if that were fucking true, all of the fruitarians in this community would be going to the dentist. But you don't notice that. You notice that it's all the meat eaters and the paleo people and the standard American diet, high animal fat, high animal protein diet folks going to the dentist. Yeah, there's a couple of fruitarians probably mixed in there, but the vast majority of people aren't fruitarian, and the vast majority of people are going to the dentist. So there's no correlation there. The reason why people feel like sugar rots your teeth is because you have like a date, or you have a lollipop, or you have something that's really refined and strong and concentrated. And if you put that on a wound, it's just like salt. Salt does the same thing to your teeth when you have a cavity or you have a wound. So it's not the sugar. It's not the sugar that's the problem. I don't know if that's what you're asking. Me, I use... I brush my teeth with a really soft brush. It's like this, it's like a recycled, made out of like yogurt cups or something. And I use Tom's toothpaste when I remember to use it. And that's the no fluoride version, whatever it's called. But just look for a natural toothpaste. What website do you use at the end? Oh, so it's Chronometer. Chronometer.com. CRONOMETER. Meter. Chronometer.com. Easy, simple, free, awesome website. What do you go to school for? What are you majoring in? And what do you want to do with your diploma? Smiley face. Well, Carly, I am an environmental humanities major and a theater minor. So I'm really into acting. I love acting. I'll do another video on that separately. But I also love helping people. And that's environmental humanities. Environmental humanities sort of asks the question. Environmental engineer might say, okay, do we have, are we capable of building such and such technology? Are we capable of doing such and such thing? But environmental humanities, we like to ask the question, should we? We look at culture, we look at our culture, we look at our environmental culture, we look at what's sustainable and what sustainability actually means, and sort of how we can apply that and educate the public. So that's a sort of short answer. What do I want to do with my diploma? I don't know. Put it in the recycling bin. I don't think it really means much. Like I said before, I don't know if I didn't sort of rush into college, what I would be doing, or if I even were to go to college. So I'm not sure. But I always tell people when they ask me what I'm going to do after school, I said, well, I'm very passionate about veganism and helping people become fit and learn the basics and become inspired to find their own passion and cultivate that and get banana hair. And most people think that's cool, and then they stop asking about jobs and stuff like that. So that's my short answer, or long answer, whatever you want to say. Q&A is definitely where it's at. Do you think it's better to have 3 big meals or 6 small meals per day? Good question, Chris on Raw. I used to do small emails, but it was hard with school and work, so I switched to 3, and it's been working for me this past couple of months. Do what works for you. I've experimented with small meals, and to me it's, I don't know, it's kind of like teasing myself. I'd rather eat really big in 3 meals. So for me, the 3 meals sort of works better and digests better, and also it's easier to get the water in. So drink a liter of water as I'm waking, right? So I drink this, just knock it back right when I wake up, and then do my routine, get going for class. And then in class, like you see, I'll drink the smoothie, sip it slowly over a class, whatever, over a class and a half. And then after that, have the liter of water and sip that. And then sip that through a class. And then the next meal. And then another liter of water. And then the next meal. And for that, it's easier to make it sort of broken up, if that makes sense. But do what works for you. I mean, that might not work for you, so, you know, experiment. Do you eat bulgur? Because I eat lots of bulgur and white rice. I'm vegetarian. I do, but it's not a staple of mine. I don't really know the ratios for it. It sounds like a high carb food, but it might be like oatmeal, which is a lot higher in protein and fat than a lot of people think. But my experience with it, I think it's pretty awesome. I'll have it if there's no other food in the house. But, you know, for breakfast, just heat up that and some maple syrup. Oh my God, it's so good. So satisfying. So yeah, bulgur to me is fine, but I mean, I could be completely wrong. But for me, it digests pretty solidly, but it's not a staple of mine. Peace pandas and persimmons, indeed. I'm getting tired of running and only seeing buildings. I live in the city. I want to see something different, but the closest hiking and running trail is an hour on the bus. That sucks. Also, I want to start biking, but I don't have any money for a bike. What should I do? There's always money. There's always money. You're saying, oh, well, you don't know my situation. There's always money. There's always a way. If you want something in life, this is something that I've learned that's so valuable. If you really want something in life, I learned this from Ted Carr. If you want something in life, you're gonna get it no matter what. And you might be saying, well, yeah, but no, you're gonna get it no matter what, because you're gonna align yourself. You're aligning your heart chakras and your shoulder chakra, and your shoulder chakra is gonna say, hey, we're doing this now. We're doing it today. So that makes complete sense, and that's all scientific. But my advice would be to look at what you're spending on. Look at your grocery bill. Look at your internet. Look at the things you buy daily, and look at the clothes and look at everything that you buy and write it down. And then write down a list of what you need, what you want, and what you like. So what you need, it might be different for everybody, but what you need might be, electricity for some people, water, good food, really, really high quality vegan, high carb food, water, and a place to sleep and warmth, right? And clothing. Let's say that you have 5 needs, right? And I'm doing this on the fly. And then your wants might be internet. Your wants, internet in the house, right? Internet, eating out, a new rain jacket, you see what I mean? So you go through everything that you want and then what you like. So maybe you really like Harry Potter books or something, and you like that, having a collection. Well, maybe it's not really serving you. So that's my first advice. And my second advice is to get rid of something. So right now I'm doing what's called, I had a packing party, which I'm still trying to edit the video and get that down. But basically I had invited my friend Kim over. And we packed everything everything that I owned. This is another video, but we packed everything that I owned, everything, desk, chair, everything, wrapped it up, packed it up, And then I sort of, whenever I needed something, I would take it out. And this is also my commencement speech that I wrote about, but that's another thing. Anyway, but so that really helped me, because then I said, wow, I barely wear, like 10 articles of clothing. And even then I can still reduce. So once you get mindful of what you have, you start to notice where you can cut back. So that's my biggest advice. Second biggest advice, if you really don't like the place you're living, leave. And you might be saying, oh, but I got to do this, leave. Have an exit strategy. I'm not saying leave right now, but have an exit strategy. A lot of people say, oh, I can't do it, so I'm not going to do it. Fuck that. A lot of people say, oh yeah, I should do this, and I should move, and I should run in the park, but I should do this. And then you end up shooting all over yourself instead of actually changing something. So stop shooting on yourself and work to change it. You don't have to change it right now, but change it. Like I said, have an exit strategy. So that's my advice. Don't have the money for a bike. You got the money for a bike. You're watching this on the internet. You have the time and the money. You just got to allot it. Check out a website called mint.com. It's pretty good at, it's like you can manage your finances and all these kind of things. But I'm a part of a Simple Bank, which they have a program built into the bank system that does that, which is pretty sweet. So if you're in the U.S., check that out. They're based in Portland. Good video now. I finally have our... Oh, that's not a question. Yeah, so please post your comments. This is sweet, and I feel like you guys like this. This isn't... yeah, so keep in your comments. Make a B12 video. I will. I don't want to do it now because it could get long. How do you eat low sodium? Have you always eaten low sodium? Never eaten low sodium, except for I tried to recently. But with breads, it's hard. That Ezekiel bread still has a decent amount of sodium in it. When I eat at friends' houses, they put salt on shit. And, when you cook with beans or you cook with anything canned, a lot of times it comes with salt. And you can only dilute so much. But, yeah, low sodium is pretty important. In terms of, like, going vegan and going high carb, it's nowhere near as important as those. So you want to get your hydration up, get the carbs up, get the sleep up, and then focus on low sodium. But if adding salt to your meal of potatoes will get you to eat more potatoes, then fucking add salt to it. But I might get slapped for that because salt is pretty toxic. But I am all about getting people high carb up because I've noticed the effect that it's had on me. And I'm able to go on and on and on, helping people and living my life with legit energy. How long can your banana smoothies last unrefrigerated? Oh, good question. I've answered this before. Like when you bring them on the go. So when I go to class at 8 in the morning, I make the smoothie at 7:30. I usually have it around 9:30, the latest, and then I have the second one around lunchtime. And they last perfect. Sometimes in a blue moon I'll get caught up on something crazy, like slacklining, or I just completely forget to eat, which happens. And then I won't have the second one until like 4 or something. And by then it tastes different because it started oxidizing, but it's still fine. It's not like didn't go bad or anything. So they can last all day. Again, I might get slapped for that because people might say, oh, well, it's unhealthy or whatever. It's fine in my opinion. Population control, what? Okay, yeah, okay. Anyway, Q&A thing is awesome. As long as you just read the questions out loud and not the statements, it should be very efficient. Let's see if this is efficient. Let me know in the comments if this is efficient. About the calzone at St. James Pizzeria, I think it was. So that's where I bought that calzone from a few videos ago. Vegan calzone, low fat. Oh, pretty good. Pretty solid. Just steamed vegetables. Yeah, low fat is important. Today at the dinner, and what, 3-4 platefuls of that vegan food, high carb vegan food, that rice dish. And the comments I was getting at the other end of the table, oh well, yeah, you can only do that because you're young and you're skinny already, so you can eat that way. Well, then how do I get skinny? Oh, I don't know. This is coming from a really, really obese guy, and not that he's a bad person, but he's obese, and he's saying, oh yeah, well you can do that because you do a lot of sport. I don't do fucking anything. I'm not sitting on my ass. But even if I was, I would still get really lean, because you're not going to get fat on carbohydrates. So anyway, that's another video. I want to keep this relatively short, so let's find one more question and then we'll call it a day. Where's the question marks? Scan for question marks. Ooh, there's one. How long have you been eating 3,000 to 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day? Is there an adjustment period your body just used to that calories? I sometimes feel like I don't need more than... Yeah, I mean, you don't... Oh, okay, somebody responded. Yeah, so it does take time. It's a volume thing, because if you're eating that much... If you're eating a salad with olive oil, it's probably going to be like... it's pure fat, so it's concentrated calories. So that's going to take up... You're going to feel full, but you're not going to have that much volume in your stomach. But when you have a high-carb meal, you're going to feel fuller quicker, because your stretch receptors in your stomach signal to your brain that say, okay, we have had enough food. So once you start eating more volume and increasing your volume and your calorie intake and your fiber intake, your stomach will start to naturally expand. And you'll be able to eat more, and then you'll be able to do more, and then you'll be able to eat more because you're doing more, and then you'll be able to do more because you eat more, and it's this awesome cycle that keeps going. And then you're like, wow, I started cycling now. I cycled for 30 miles the other day. And wow, I've never done that before. Holy shit, this is awesome. And I feel amazing. So every day, binge out, binge out, binge out. You don't have to eat as much as I am. And I don't eat as much as other guys. But I'm also only 3'5". That's a joke. So anyway, yeah. So if you like this style of video, if you like the longer videos, put this video on the like. And if this video has inspired you, send it to somebody else. Maybe it'll inspire them. So like this video, comment, let me know your comments, whatever. I'll try and answer as much as I can. If you like me doing the Q&A instead of answering them directly or making a video, if this is the style that you like, let me know in the comments as well. And yeah, so let me know what you guys want to see. So this is Simply Vegan signing out. We'll see you tomorrow for day 15, 16, something like that, whatever. So gonna hit the sack, have some water, take a quick shower, rise